Hello. Welcome to day 3 to my 5 to 9 producer series. My name is Deeks, and for those who don't know and are new to the channel, I'm an EDM producer based out of the US, or at least trying to be. This is my series documenting this journey of me learning how to produce EDM while trying to balance my 9 to 5. It's currently 5 in the morning on a Saturday, so not really doing this during my 5 to 9, but rather, well, actually technically 5 to 9 if you think about it. But the reason why I'm up at this ungodly hour is, well, for two reasons. One, well, actually more like all the same reason, but one, I've been having some extreme insomnia for the past week. Well, my sleep has always been terrible, which is a completely different story, but this past week in particular, my sleep has been pretty fucking heinous. Which leads me to my second reason, is just work. Work has been fucking taking up all my time. So, honestly, it's pretty unfair to call this a day 3 kind of video. It's probably more like week 3 since I'm only doing this on a weekly basis. Barely have any fucking time for myself or to make these videos during the week. So Saturday mornings are usually my time when I record these videos, but not this early, not this time. I'm only up because I'm literally tossing around for the last 3-4 hours and just could not fall back to sleep, so I might as well just get up and do this, get out of the way, But yeah, work really fucking sucks. So I know I've been getting some comments and DMs from some of you guys. So if I haven't gotten to any of that, I'm sorry. I've just been in the shitter. So please bear with me. Working some pretty fucking heinous hours, and honestly, barely been able to keep up with this remix competition. Barely been having any time for myself or to produce or do anything. It's just been really fucking bad. But yeah, I guess we can just jump right into this. From when I last showed you, we got up to that, I don't know, fucking call it kumbaya type build up, and we're getting ready for this dubstep type drop that I've been teasing about. I'm about to show it to you guys. Bear with me. It's my first time ever doing quote unquote tear out dubstep. I don't even know if this is. Oh, whoops! What the fuck is this? Don't use. It's honestly my first time trying to attempt this genre. I don't even know it's fucking tear out at the end of the day. I don't even know if it's good, to be honest. Like, I feel like this past week I've been producing shit and barely having time to produce anyway, so it is what it is. So I guess we can start it from the build up, because I also added some new details from last week for this trancy build up. Let's start from right here. I don't know why. Sometimes when you that long sustained bass sound or a guitar sound, sometimes that's from the concat plugin. Sometimes it just fucks up and does that. Let me try that again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I can do a little bit of a deep dive now on it. Honestly, we can actually start off with the build up, some new additions I made. Which honestly I don't remember what I showed you the first time, but honestly I think the only thing I did here was I just added this fucking thunder strike noise. Like literally that's it. Because she keeps on saying, I feel like electricity or something like that. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of just play onto that lyric. So yeah, throw in some thunder here and there. I think that's honestly the only thing in that build up that I did differently. So we can just jump right into the dubstep drop. Honestly, didn't have any sort of vision for this. There's actually several iterations I made, but I did not like any of them. I could sort of tolerate this one. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great either, but I don't think it's bad. Like I said, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I tried following some tutorials, but I felt like whatever the tutorial was making did not really fit well with the track. I don't know. Maybe I just lacked the inspiration at the moment. But I guess I wanted it to be very high energy, of course. So the main drivers are these bass stabs. And then it jumps into a very different, it's the same bass stabs, but different rhythmic interest here. Kind of slows it down a bit. So it kind of goes from 16th notes to triplets. Just to give it a little rhythmic interest. Like I said, gotta do something to keep you all interested, keep you all occupied. What else? Oh yeah, I kind of brought in some of these same lasers that I teased in the in the build up. So in the build up, they're pretty washed out. It had like a phony EQ on them, but now it's like really in your face, like right here. This fill, or I guess I call it a gun bus. Yeah, now it's really in your face. So there's that. What else? Oh yeah, I have these. I call it dubstep basses. I also don't really know what kind of bass they use in dubstep. I know Loki sounds like 808s, but I felt like these aren't really punchy enough. So let me know if there's a better bass that I could use. It sort of goes like that for the first half, but because, like I said, different rhythmic interest. Oh, honestly did not notice this was missing. Whoops. But yeah, it's very much faster paced here. But as after, this fill, it gets to the triplets, I slow it down a bit. And it's the same thing with the drums down here. It's very much faster paced drums, or not faster paced, but what's the fucking word? My mind's not working right now because it's so fucking early. But I guess this follows a similar drum pattern to the first few drops that we heard, or that I showed you earlier. And then it follows like the traditional dubstep type drum pattern. What else? Ah, yeah, here I have some leads. So, two leads going on. One, as you can see, like I told you, wasn't lying. Many iterations of this drop, so you can see these many different leads I tested and did not end up using. There are a lot more, by the way. A lot more leads, a lot more different base stabs, a lot, even just a completely different drop in general. I tested and did not end up using because I didn't like it. Like I said, very uninspired, especially having a long ass work week. But here's a first lead. It's essentially just playing G uh, in unison, but I added here. It's not showing it, but I added a pitch automation, so it kind of just curves up and it curves down, just to build more of that tension. So that's going on in the background, and then I took the same vocal chops that I made earlier for the first drop here. Except I played around with it, and what I added I added a gate, as well as I added whoops, let me show you. I added a gate, and I added this vibrato. Oh, it's not on now. Was it never on? The fuck? Huh. As you can see, my mind is not working. I just never did any of this. Let me try this again. As you can see, this past week has been a fucking mess, and I don't know how to produce anymore. So, here, now the vibrato's on, so it should have a little bit more of a modulating pitch effect with it. Let's hear it. Yeah, so it kind of comes in the gates. It kind of, fuck, I can't even fucking speak because it's so early. Kind of automated it so it increases as the vocal is vocaling, if that even makes any fucking sense. So the gate's very gradual. It's not like in your face in the beginning. Gives it, I don't know, more of a trancey effect, more of a trippy vibe. But the point here is, yeah, I didn't want to take the same thing over and over again. I wanted to make something a little bit different. And as you can see, towards the end, I kind of just pitched it up and down and made a whole new melody out of it. So in context, it should sound something like this. Oh yeah, these. I kind of took the some Sullivan King samples off of Splice, and it's pretty much just him saying what, and just, I don't know. I kind of liked it. I felt like this drop was missing something, missing a vocal, but none of the acapella stems that I received I don't think would have fit well here. And like I said, I'm trying to make this into a very heavy Rocktronics type beat. So I felt like it was missing metal vocals, but I didn't have metal vocals to work with. So I kind of just threw in some Sullivan King vocals and thought it'll work out well. They're just simply what. And then I kind of cut out the high end during the little break in betweens during the drop. So it's like sounds like this. Originally this was not here, but I felt like if I deleted this, if it sounded a little too empty. I can show you guys. See what I mean. I don't know. I kind of like it in there with it kind of in the background, but that's just me. So let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm not cooking here. Originally, I had another Sullivan King vocal during this little fill, and it's just literally him just fucking screaming like a madman. But I think I was doing a little bit too much. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I guess I was trying too hard to make it too metal, to Rocktronics. I felt like I was deviating a little too much from the original track, so I ended up removing it. I think this is a little bit more acceptable though. Also, I'm saying all this banking on the fact that Secret Skies fucks with this kind of music. I could totally be catering to the wrong audience, which would be pretty bad on my end, but at least I got to make a Rocktronics dubstep track. But yeah, that's pretty much this dubstep drop. I don't think there's really anything else noteworthy to show here, but we can kind of just walk you through the rest of the track. Yeah, I mean, pretty much took the same elements as the first half and just copy and pasted into the second half. Nothing really special here. The only difference with this final drop, two things. One, I threw in that same guitar solo from the intro right here. And I did this last night, but I felt like just me throwing in this guitar solo wasn't enough to make the last drop interesting. So, and I didn't know what to do. I was too fucking burnt out and tired to come up with anything really, really special or new. So all I did for this part was change up the chord progression. I think it goes from, I can show you from these guitars. The chord progression I was originally working with goes from C minor to E flat major to D minor, and then ends on G minor. But now it's still C minor, E flat major, and then instead of D minor, I turned this into G major, and then back to G minor. I don't know, just to add a different flavor. I'm not sure this will sound very good in the end, but I thought it sounded pretty interesting. So just to, yeah, like I said, different different flavor, tell a slightly different, give it an ending vibe, if that's even fucking English. But yeah, make it sound different. So here, you can tell the difference between the first half of this drop versus the second half in terms of chord progression. I'll play it again. Yeah, I guess I wanted to. Here, this is the word I was looking for. I wanted to sound a little bit more hopeful. You know, it's in a minor key. I've made this into a dark, heavy Rocktronics type track, but I think the lyrics don't sound as dark as the tracks is made out to be. To be honest, I can barely understand some of the lyrics, but um, I wanted to make it a more hopeful ending instead of this like dark metal type, like completely dark metal type beat. Like there's no fucking hope. So yeah, that's pretty much the big update here. I had a bunch of other notes I wrote for myself to improve and play around with. But to be honest, I'm so fucking done. I've been barely sleeping, barely fucking eating, and just grinding my ass off all day for work. I think like this past Monday and Tuesday, I pulled almost like 40 hours alone, which is really fucking bad. Um, but yeah, sorry, I digress. This is not me to fucking rant, but that's that's what's been going on. So, like I said, sorry if you guys have been commenting or DMing me. I know I've got a few of those, but I've just been in the shitter and have not been able to keep up. It's hard to even keep up with these videos, to be honest, these last few weeks. And it's pretty funny to say I'm only fucking 3 days into this series and I'm already telling you I'm burnt out. That's fucking wild, right? But yeah, we'll see. I might need to take a little bit of a break after this remix competition. It's just been a lot. I've been kind of grinding this out all on the weekend because I had zero time over the weekdays, and then I have a bunch of other personal stuff going on. Nothing bad, but it's just been pretty busy for me. And I felt like while this remix competition I had 3 or 4 weeks time, I've been trying to do everything in like maybe 2 weeks. Which is, yeah. I'm not saying I'm a good producer, but I don't know if this is like my best product because I'm just kind of scramming and throwing shit on the table and as quickly as possible and seeing what works. But we'll see. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not like salty or anything. I don't want to blame work for all of my problems. I just gotta get good. It's a skill issue, you know. If I don't win, it's a skill issue. But yeah, I appreciate you guys sticking around, hanging out with me, hearing me fucking rant about my life, and yeah, I guess I'll keep you guys updated about the remix competition. It's due in exactly 1 week, so at this point, I'm pretty much done with this track. Like I said, I don't want to spend more time trying to add things because I simply don't have the time. So probably going to start on the mixing and mastering this weekend if I do have time, and then submit it next weekend. But needless to say, you know, if you heard anything that I showed you today and you think it's pretty ass, feel free to let me know. I probably won't make the change unless it's like something very small, but something to keep in mind. Maybe after the remix competition, win or lose, I'll maybe revamp this track. It's always good to learn. Always good to work on whatever that needs working on, right? So yeah. Thanks guys. Please like and subscribe, and hope to see you next time. I'm gonna go catch some sleep now. Peace.